Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Opportunity. Our scientific mission is straightforward. Examine the space around, monitor the surface of, and perhaps lead a team into the anomaly at Sector A98. Tune in to hear John Garlick run the adventure with Jay Duguay, John Kennedy, Justin Wiggy, myself, and a host of special guests joining us at the table. Galactic adventures begin just after this music.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. I am here with Kelly Codillo.
Hello.
Right. I am here with Jay Duguay.
My ears are bleeding.
And I am here with our Game Master Extraordinaire.
No,
Say it, but I don't see it.
It's contained in the headphones.
Dun. Too much discovery. John Garlick.
It is a good day to die.
I wanted him to be very like, hi. Like, you
Yeah,
put
just
in
like, hey.
all of that
Hey,
in
how you
there
doing
and
there?
just be like, hey.
Hey,
What's up?
what's up?
He could just go,
Discovery is
Yo.
a brilliant Star Trek
Yo.
show, by the way.
You can just say, yo.
Yeah, I mean, what other Star Trek show has a first season that you're not actually embarrassed to show your parents? You know, like, I mean, okay, great.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I mean,
Unless you consider TOS to have like 2 seasons, like they try to put it on Netflix. Like, here's the first half of all of them and the other half of all of them, which I really didn't believe in, but that's okay. It's a 5-year mission, folks. All right, so we rejoined the month-long odyssey of the USS Curie.
yes.
Captain, or now soon to be First Officer Cole, has moved to the USS something or other.
We will say that he has
Timberlake.
Yeah, you put through a thing basically with the glowing recommendation of Commander Fukuda. They're like, oh well, basically the only people who would know better are a bunch of spies in Starfleet.
them.
Starfleet who
Is that Section
security.
31?
Well, that's the super secret version.
Oh,
but
right,
a bunch
gotcha,
of people
gotcha.
who wouldn't care anyway.
Oh, okay, good.
They'd be like, "Oh, well, it's just Fukuda using a little bit of tradecraft."
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna put Zellick on the Cumberland
Oh, nice.
under
Go ahead. I was going to say
under-
under Captain.
under Captain. Let's see. We're gonna call him
Carl.
Captain Hartnell. We're gonna get
Carl Hartnell.
Fantastic.
yes,
Uh-oh.
the original Doctor.
Nice.
Okay. But yes,
Hartnell?
Hartnell.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. Doctor Who Generation 1. When he was just a mean guy.
He
From
was
the
a little
future.
crotchety.
So anyway, all right. So yes, Zellick has a tearful goodbye. He cries a lot. It has a big party. He gets drunk.
I make sure that Commander Tassas is involved in all, to give him Vulcan
His
support.
speech.
I want her just like just all up in it, just like right there.
He dances on the table, falls over, gets up, falls over again.
I thought you said balls over. I was like, I'm sorry. Is this
What did you do?
what? Balls over?
No, just
Happy
falls
Valentine's
over.
Day.
Oh no, we're not going to talk about
Oh,
that. The heart.
that was for Jackson.
sending
Negative one
everybody.
listener.
Yes, She sent everybody the picture of the heart-shaped nut sack for Valentine's Day. Those were not pretty nuts. They needed moisturizer.
I've seen honey roasted. I've seen dry roasted. Those were not attractive at all.
It's like, alert Mike Pence. We found the cure for people being interested in sex ever.
Good point.
You're welcome.
All right.
Horrid.
It's I scare because I care.
Thank you.
Okay. So, we are fast timing a little bit. It has been a good 30 days. The mouth has been quiet. They have, there are occasional sensor blips of when it, sends out a little ping of basically noise, which it duplicates the messages of the ships that it's eaten.
Ooh.
And Site A98 is now the home of a shiny new shake and bake.
Is it an Alamo class?
Oh, a star. Oh,
Starbase? Or is it a...
basically,
the one that you see at the beginning of
it's like a mushroom.
Yes.
No, it's not as big as that.
Okay.
Basically,
the one with the extra pods on it is not the Alamo. The Alamo class is the one that the Enterprise originally flies into.
Yes, the enormous one.
Yes.
No, it is not that big.
Okay.
What this is each of these 5 Galaxy class ships that came in was towing a superstructure that is called a Hoberman sphere.
Nice.
Hoberman sphere, if you want to look it up, is a
phenomenal.
Basically it looks like a spiky ball made of hinged struts and joints, and it expands out into basically a sphere made of a net. And so basically what they do is they push these into shape, into position, and they expand outwards.
Nice.
So imagine 3 spheres arranged as a triangle, horizontally next to each other. That forms the main part of the station, with the command and control, the habitat, and the science facility.
Nice.
And there's one sphere above that is the docking sphere, the docking area, where it's also equipped to manufacture and send probes out into the Site A98 creature. And the bottom, there's a sphere underneath, which is the engineering section. It contains a fusion power plant and basically all the nasty stuff that keeps everything running.
Okay. So it basically looks like a D8.
Yeah, more or
when
less.
all is said and done.
Made out of.
So it's got sort of a Tholian look to it.
Yeah, more or less. It is basically kind of like a little 2 pyramids. Well, it's made of 5 spheres, 3 in the middle and one on the top, one on the bottom.
Okay. How often are we docked, or do we get pulled?
We are going to. So basically, you have been as one of the better equipped science vessels with your sensor suite that sticks around. This is very much in the Curie's wheelhouse.
Nice.
So you have been stationed for the last 28 days in exactly this spot. There was an inquest insisted upon by your dear friend Ambassador
Martinez or Martine.
Martine, and with the help of your new XO and her extensive political contacts, you were able to nimbly sidestep that concern. They were like, "Oh, well, Starfleet security need to know."
Nice.
And he was acting under her guidance. It was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. It's
Nice.
like, but what about that? It was the right thing to do.
Okay. Is Martine still on board?
No, he has. In light of the fact that that the Federation has basically put its foot down, deployed muscle, in spite of his direction. Otherwise, this is he's no longer necessary. This is the loss of however many Romulan ships were swallowed up, probably 5. That many warships, that loss is going to take them time to recoup.
Right.
Now, hanging thread, as Kelly pointed out, is your buddy Larat.
Yes.
So he, so basically, that is, something where he isn't exactly a prisoner.
Who did I nerve pinch?
You nerve pinched the ambassador.
Okay. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, he files a complaint about that, which your new buddy Fukuda is able to
Just stomps.
Yeah, she's
makes it
able to
go
be
away.
like, no, it was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do.
I concur.
So, okay, so actually, that's a good question. Larat, unless he's going to meet with a mysterious accident, is
We laughed.
he says,
That's
looking
horrible.
at the security guy, is eventually going to be debriefed, and
Let him keep his pants on.
Yeah. And send they're going to pat him on the ass and send him back home.
I see what you did there.
Sweet as honey.
Sweet as Cardassian Canar syrup.
There you go.
Did she end up inside of the...
She got
She
swallowed.
did.
She
We're
got nommed.
going to have to get them out.
Can we get her out?
That should be a mission.
Yes. I want her back.
All right, so
She's my role model.
we're going to say that the base, which, if Scott had made a different decision for Captain Turnweather, he'd be Commander Turnweather and manning this base.
What?
Well, I mean that was my trapdoor. We can wait for a behind the mask, but I'm just going to say it now. I had prepared in the event that you were like, no, I'm going to, tell that security lady to go jump.
To go jump?
And,
No.
I'm going to take my chances with the court martial, and I'm a commander of a space station now.
And it would have been like Deep Space A98.
Yeah.
Ah! That would have been different.
Hey, there are decisions made in every session that do
Great.
change how the game is going to unfold, and I always leave.
That's
always
awesome.
leave room for little wiggle
For us
room.
to,
Wiggle,
punch
wiggle,
ourselves in the
wiggle.
face with a hammer.
So
Wonderful.
we're going to say that the
Okay. Ouch.
we're going to say that this base is codenamed Klondike.
Not much
No.
to answer that question.
Oh.
What happened to... My brain just literally stopped working.
Uh-oh.
What did we have as an out? We had Larat gets patted on the posterior and sent on his way.
Martine was...
Martine is go.
He
what,
goes-
What happens to Heartbreaker? I
Heartbreaker.
couldn't even think of his name because he's just disappeared.
He's still
from-
in the mouth. He was on the Fahrenheit. When
the
it went.
Gamazoid.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was on the.
no
He
nuns.
was. He
Well,
was.
isn't it his cousin that's who's?
It's somewhere down the mouth. He met his brother.
Oh, they're both in there now. That's
Yeah,
right.
they're both
Okay,
down
never
there.
mind.
Yeah,
Forget I asked. I forgot.
They are safely stored in hell
good.
down the event horizon.
I mean, a gosh darn shame.
Captain,
it was such
I think
a
we
loss.
should rescue
golly.
him
I know.
immediately.
No, that lady, yes, him. I couldn't find him. Sorry.
Both.
yeah.
You know, wait, hold on. Let me use my highly tuned telepathy to
Oh, you
try to.
can't.
Nope. Nope. I got nothing.
Can't. Sorry.
Sorry. Next.
Well.
Oh, the ableism.
That's not, I wasn't being ableist.
You guys
they're
are bad
Telepathically different.
Yes, therefore, culturally unacceptable.
people. You're a bad
Anyhow,
person.
I'm sorry. Carry on.
So
I am a bad person.
eventually we'll work through this in a very special episode where it's
Are all betazoids racist?
well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, and against non-telepaths. Well, against
betazoid
against gamazoids. It's
yeah.
different. They're a genetic sport. So, but yes,
Extra 21st chromosome.
Oh, we're not going there.
Stop.
So anyway, so the Klondike.
That's Jackson's job to be insensitive. Stop it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Star Trek is inclusive.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so the Klondike is deployed on the edge of the mouth and is regularly taking readings. It's sending out, probes.
Did
and
you
stuff
just say
like
the
that.
Klondike was just outside of the mouth?
Oh God, you're right. Well,
He
sorry,
did.
Freudian slip.
Do you need a Klondike bar?
I do kind of need a Klondike bar. Do I look like a man who doesn't need a Klondike bar?
Nobody looks like a man that doesn't need a Klondike bar.
Right.
Do I look like a man that doesn't need a Klondike
No,
bar?
not at all.
No. Which is why I said not much. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
The Heath bar ones.
No, they're really good. The Heath bar ones.
So anyway, the Klondike base.
Bar. I cannot. You're
Okay,
like Klondike
we're
bar.
changing this. We're changing this. This
No,
is
we're
not.
not. It's the Klondike.
No, it is too
The
much.
Timberlake.
No,
Damn it.
we are going to say that this is.
The Insepian. No, don't listen to me.
What?
Nothing.
The salamander.
Ooh, the fire salamander.
Fire salamander?
No, it's probably too much, huh, for a base.
All right.
The USS Shakar.
Shakarl.
The Jakar?
Shakar.
The
Okay.
USS jerked off.
No. Wow. We've gone to that well too many times.
The USS Londo Malare.
Oh, now you're getting, just getting.
Crossing the stream.
Aliens.
real hard.
Aliens.
We're gonna call this the. We're gonna call it the.
Serenity.
Oh my God. Can't take you anywhere. Now, Fort Ticonderoga is in. That's in Starship Troopers.
Yes, I was just going to go. Yes.
No.
It's the
So we're
USS Roger Young.
No, we're going to call it the Timbuktu.
Timberlake.
Is that
what you said?
No, it's a Timbuktu. Is that somehow going to get us in trouble?
Timbuktu.
Timbuktu was a place in Africa where
I'm going
they
to send him.
Oh,
had a
well,
big
then-
library and they burned it down.
Oh, okay, good. I thought that was Babylon, but
I mean, that's not in Africa.
Abu Dhabi
Right.
would be better.
No,
That's
it
where
is.
Garfield sends Nermal.
Well, okay.
wow.
Males.
Now you're outside of the realm of nerd acceptability.
Is normal
What?
Is normal male or female?
Nermal is
Is male.
male.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I learned that in adulthood. I always thought Nermal was a girl.
Yeah. I
But
always
no,
thought that.
Nermal is a boy.
Okay, so anyway, we're gonna call it Timbuktu.
We're out in the middle of Timbuktu.
Yeah,
I
it
just
is-
got it.
Yeah, it is. It is in the middle of nowhere.
It's not the USS Persephone. All right, moving on.
It's better than the Klondike at the mouth.
Yes. But yes, situated at Site A98, where a space monster has been presumably digesting the ships that it ate a month ago. The Timbuktu, Timbuktu base is floating there. Everything's fine. Most of the ships have left. There are still a couple of Galaxy class ships for muscle, and also assisting with long-term scans.
Okay.
So at this point, because this is
Thank you. All
tuning
right.
up the
Good
band
catch.
up here.
Yeah, apparently.
Sorry.
See, why'd you turn that thing around, too? I don't
Well,
get
I was
you
gonna.
just-
I was trying to get closer, but I didn't want to run into it.
Right.
So I was pushing it back to pull it back forward,
Nice.
but instead I made a huge clatter. Still.
The transporter room calls it truculent, sir.
Very truculent.
That went out to Twitter. was wonderful. Shut up, Chase. Bank. Sorry.
Hey, if the bank wants to retweet us, that's great.
No.
No.
That would be
Okay,
great.
so anyway. All right, so you have been, you are getting tired of looking at this thing that is just sitting there glowing, being evil.
Maximum warp set, of course. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
How do you know
we're
it's
going straight
being
down the mouth.
evil?
There are a couple of things that are scheduled for today. The first thing is there is an admiral that is going to be visiting Timbuktu base and wanted, and you have a meeting scheduled, Captain.
Oh, great.
The second thing is that there is a Klingon vessel called the Tarash. It is one of their, what was the name of their larger warbirds?
Negvar.
The Nikvar class.
He comes
cruiser.
up with Klingon names much faster than Starfleet names.
Well, yeah, because I
notice
can
that?
just string some harsh-sounding syllables together rather than having to worry if the name turns into a joke like Klondike.
Nice.
So
Tarpah.
no one's going to be like, tee the Tarash.
Yeah. Tarash, you mean like the stew? And you're like, wait, no. By the mouth? Oh. Klondike.
See, if the Klondike hadn't been by the mouth, it would have been.
It would have been fine.
It would have been fine.
But,
you
you
said the Klondike was
when
by
you-
the mouth.
When you mix too many, things. So the other thing is the Klingons are coming. This is of
the Klingons are coming.
the Klingons are coming to visit. This is of particular concern to the security guy who's like, oh god, Klingons are coming. They're going to want to fight. In the area. They're going to,
They're twice as tall as Cardassians, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So.
The bigger they are.
But yes, the admiral who is coming. He is. You've been told that that the admiral is a friend of Commander Fukuda,
Of course.
because of course.
Why do I feel like I'm getting played by Fukuda? Okay.
Oh, I mean,
Fair
All
enough.
I can think of is Barracuda every time
Yeah.
you say Fukuda.
But
I go to the naughty places with Fukuda,
Of course you
like
do.
right off. You know what I mean?
You would.
I do.
Captain Barnabas.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Admiral Barnabas.
Admiral Barnabas. Barnabas J.
No, that's his
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
J. Nelson Barnabas.
Great.
What's the J stand for?
It stands for. It stands for
He
don't
had
ask
to look
questions.
two different directions.
I'm like,
It stands for
good
what?
grief, these people.
Stands for none of your
The-
business.
It stands for
Johannesburg.
no,
I actually thought that
no. It stands for
Weird.
Jocasta. It's a lady.
Ooh,
Jocasta.
Oh.
See, the J was important.
Jocasta.
The J was important.
Yes.
But you have to use lady voices for the ladies, John.
Oh, fine.
Thank you.
Whatever.
I don't know who's
Well,
talking.
I mean,
if you
hey, I
don't.
get around the fact that I have a deep voice by going.
I'm mega duper.
Yeah.
Like Lauren Bacall.
That was me 2 weeks ago.
long.
Oh, if I were only 80 or 90 years younger.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I'd be like a
But
fine
yes.
cheese. Okay.
Captain Barnabas. I'm sorry.
Admiral Barnabas.
Excuse me.
She earned
Is
that rank.
she is arriving on a sovereign class. Ship very soon. It's not the Enterprise.
Okay, good.
It is the Novgorod. And she's going to be meeting with you and
Is
one of the
is she human?
yes, she is a human.
She better be
That's
With
racist.
a name like
You're
Barnabas?
racist.
What is she going to be?
What was their first?
Nausicaan?
I don't know.
Okay,
Her first
go
name
ahead.
was like Jakarta.
Yeah. Jocasta.
Jocasta.
Come on now. Jocasta's doing it for me. Jakarta got nothing.
Nothing. Okay, but still, I mean, I just
Jocasta?
wanted to make sure there's a human coming.
Jocasta's saucy. All right, moving on.
It's my favorite kind
Okay.
of sauce.
And she's going to be meeting with you and Captain Alistair Nevilleham of the Opportunity.
Oh.
He is an Englishman from Earth.
Oh, this ought to be fun.
Yes.
John gets to play a little bit of home. All right.
And so, but yes, that is scheduled for later. But
Over that month, did my security man who helped the governor find the console with his face? Was
yeah.
he promoted to
head of
chief of security?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
good. Well, then I'm going to want Tassas and my head of security in the meeting with the admiral.
Yeah, sure.
Of course we will.
Because I mean, that actually makes some degree of actual logical sense because it's the.
Thanks, John, as opposed to everything else I do. Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean it just
Logic.
works. It just works out reasonably because if you're securing science area security, having the chief of security and your science officer is actually really
Well, and I
reasonable.
want to make sure that the
Chief
admiral is
science
secured
officer.
while she's here. I mean, I don't want
Yeah.
anything crazy to happen, so I want my
Absolutely.
chief of security in there. All righty, chief of security, we need to have a meeting with the admiral.
The observation lounge is at your disposal.
Oh, I was going to just go to my ready room.
Okay. Wherever you'd like, I'll guide everybody.
Main engineering to cell 6.
Okay. So
We just clear that area right out. Be like, come on in, man.
Right.
Climb through the Jeffries tubes. No, we don't want to.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Well, a meeting like this is either ready room or observation lounge.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay, we're good.
So, with a minimum of hoi polloi,
Pomp and circumstance.
pomp and circumstance, Captain
Admiral.
Captain Alistair Nevilleham,
Oh, yes.
the Englishman, comes onto the ship.
I will
he says, "I'd like They say, "Well, we'll meet on the Curie."
Okay. I have my chief of security meet him at the transporter room.
All right. He you see that there is basically he is a very old man. He looks to be it's hard to tell with humans because modern medicine being what it is in the 24th century, but he is gray and stooped and wrinkled, but not in like that terrible like next generation era old people makeup. He looks to be easily 75, 85.
And this was Captain.
This is Captain Nevilleham.
Nevilleham.
No.
Not Whittenham. Whittenham.
Nevilleham.
Nevilleham. Okay.
But yes, he says,
I ask him not to larot him.
this guy looks like he could, he looks very, old and frail.
So he smashed the face of Larot, and I nerve pinched Martine.
Yes.
Yes.
You've brutalized every important
Honestly-
NPC we've had on board so
Hey,
far.
I put one down for a nap after a neck rub. Okay.
And honestly, it's let's be real. There's a reason that all of the treaties that Starfleet signs are bad.
Oh yeah. Well,
and
Laurent was
other
asking
than-
for it from the get-go.
Well, yeah.
he was asking for it.
Oh.
I don't
And-
mean to victim shame. I apologize.
Yeah, poor Laurent.
Poor Laurent.
Welcome
Okay.
aboard the Curie, Captain.
Says, well, thank you very much. And he has a very thick French accent.
Thought he was English.
But he was
So did I.
The politique of the 23rd century Western Europe, she is compliquée.
right. Well, if you'll
Wow.
follow me,
Well, hey, there's a reason
There
why.
it is.
I mean, Picard is English, and there's,
Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah,
You
French
win.
has an English accent. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you'll
So-
follow me, sir, I'll escort you to the ready room.
Thank you very much. He follows you along, and he sits down. He has he goes to the replicator, gets himself some red wine.
And once he gets sat down, I go and
Captain Nevilleham, how are you?
He goes, I'm very well, thank you. It's good to see you.
Pleasure to see you as well.
You have done an excellent job securing this area, especially given so little resources.
Well, thank you.
But yes, I was interviewing Mr. Cole earlier. He thinks the world of you.
Well, good. I'm very glad. I hope you find him a capable officer, as I did.
Oh, of course. And at that point,
We're waiting for Admiral Barnabas.
Admiral Barnabas comes in. She is a
Do we hear theremin music? Carry on. I knew that name from somewhere. Carry on.
But yes, Admiral Barnabas beams aboard with a couple of attendants. She is a very severe-looking woman of about 50 or 60. It's hard to place. Wearing her hair in a very tight silver bun. She is wearing command red with Admiral's pips.
Admiral, welcome to the Curie.
Thank you. I would like very much to speak to the captain.
If you'll follow me, I'll take you to the ready room.
All right. She does not attack you in the transporter room yet.
I will escort her to the ready room.
Okay, great.
All righty.
All
I
right.
hear the come on in.
And actually,
I stand.
And she says, I would like very much for to meet your talented representatives here.
Excellent. You've met our chief of security,
Mr. Cito, yes.
Mr. Cito. Yes, and this is my science officer, Commander Tassas.
This the decision that I'm calling upon you to make today, Captain, is very important, and I would very much like to have these representatives of your crew here with you.
Excellent. Good. That was what I was planning on.
This is well, of course you know Captain Alistair Nevilleham of the Opportunity.
Yes. Is Fakita here?
She shows up
Because
at
I'm
that
like
point.
Fakita to the ready room.
Yeah, she comes in and
I'm like, this is my XO,
she shakes hands with the Admiral.
and they
And-
you know,
Yeah, they do the little
they know each other. Yeah,
secret
good.
handshake.
Excellent.
But now this is of course something that I know to broach very gently with any captain. But I wanted so the Opportunity, Galaxy class starship. It's been in service 20 years. Has been refitted twice. As one of our most capable science ships, and also served admirably in the Dominion War. And Captain Nevilleham is going to be retiring soon. We would like to offer you the opportunity to captain a Galaxy class.
I'm honored.
Of course, it's, you would be somewhat tied to this particular project here. But, as it were, this is something you would be able to pick your crew. Given that they have a complement of 1,000, you'd probably be able to take your crew wholesale, and also any other ship anyone from any other ships you've served on. If you so desired, but it would involve stepping away from the Curie.
And what is the ship that I would be captaining?
The Opportunity.
It would remain commissioned under that name?
Yes.
Okay. And you've come to ask me to take this command?
I'm giving you the option. If you choose not to, that is acceptable. We understand that there are potentially options that would be close to you with a very large responsibility like that. Of course, it is also a heavily armed gunship.
I see. I look over at Fukuda.
She gives a 120-watt smile. She's like, yeah.
I look at Commander Tassas.
Yes.
What does she? How does Commander? She sits there like a brick. You get nothing.
Nothing.
Completely stonewalled. It's not. She didn't even hear you look at her, which she might not have.
Try again.
Try the thing. Oh, try again later. How does Tassas react / respond?
She's excited in a logical manner.
Okay.
It certainly presents unusual and fascinating opportunities.
Indeed.
Indeed. I look over at my chief of security.
Well, Captain, the idea is certainly exciting, but we would have to spend the bulk of the beginning of our time on that ship refitting it to carry a blade of armor and transphasic torpedoes.
Oh, well, it has transphasic torpedoes already.
Does it have a blade of armor generators?
That is something that we have spent more time and energy updating the fields with the most recent refit. But of course, if you would like to get into something like that, this would certainly be something that would be afforded more easily than on an Intrepid class, with a crew complement of 153.
It's a 1,000-hour project to fit a blade of armor generators on a Galaxy-class starship. We have the time.
But yes, it's all smiles in this room. They seem very amicable and excited. The opportunity.
And I thought, if I roll high, I'll take it.
Yeah.
If I roll low, I won't. I just rolled with this die
A 10.
my first natural 20.
Okay, well, but yes, old Captain Nevilleham says, well, she is a good ship. She will serve you well.
Then
Certainly if you want to go exploring, or guarding this gate to hell, either way is...
Then I will take the opportunity presented, and I know this seems like a quick snap to judgment, but it's one of those where I've been inspired, and hell, it's right there in the name. It's the USS Opportunity.
Intrepid class may be newer, but a Galaxy-class starship, there's nothing like it.
It is true.
Then Admiral, I accept. Captain Nevilleham, it would be an honor to take over such a fine ship.
Excellent. They basically the rest of the meeting is all pleasantries. They call a toast. I love toast.
Wait. I have something in
Me
my
too.
quarters that you guys will love for this. And I double tap my comm badge and whisper into it, and somebody beams me a bottle of spring wine.
Ooh.
But you'll have to get the glasses.
Oh.
This is from the emissary's wife's private land in the Kinter province.
Okay. Well, thank you. And we, bring
All right.
glasses over and pour the spring wine from the Kentha province.
All right.
Wow.
So, you guys, basically the rest of this is a blur of Starfleet bureaucracy and exciting things. We're halfway through our session. Oh no, that's fine.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to announce it. It was all good.
Yeah, but yes, you've been presented with a life-changing decision already.
I'm going to task all of my departments
Okay.
with making suggested crew roster changes
Okay.
from the Curie to the Opportunity. I am going to review the lists myself to see if anybody makes the bottom of the barrel, yes, I'll rank them from 1 to get out.
All right. Well, you don't have any get out persons, under you. You run there's only 153 of them.
Right.
You don't have to integrate any any Maquis traders who
Yay!
are filling in for dead guys.
Okay, good.
You know,
Wait a second. Is Zellick on this ship?
the Opportunity, no. He is
Okay.
on the Cumberland.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
Although-
she thought about. I already went. Wait, no, he went to the Cumberland. All right.
Okay.
And she
Yes.
she went. Wait, what? Oh, we're not. We're not getting old baggage back, are we?
Wait a second. Are we kidding?
That would be awkward.
old
bit.
emotional Zellick.
Oh,
Emotions. Blech.
wow. So
Bleh is an
Ished.
emotion. No, this is-
so anti-emotionalist. I don't know.
yeah, it's like the hey, just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean people don't,
Yeah.
talk like that.
Blech.
You emotional freak. You
Oh,
unstable wormhole.
yeah. Bleh is a conclusion, not an emotion. is what the Vulcans would say. They'd be like, no, we're all about bleh.
All about the bleh.
Klingons love blah, but
Bleh.
only if it's fresh.
Fresh bleh.
Blah.
Okay,
I need that to be on Slapbox.
absolutely.
Yes.
Delicious fresh bleh. But yes, they say, well, it will take some time. We're going to be taking her in for a refit, and sorry, not a refit, but we're going to
the installation of the armor plating, and
we're going to be giving you a nice, a ship in tip top shape.
excellent. I can't wait. It'll be wonderful.
So, but yes, of course, given the circumstance, we're going to keep everything here. There will be and things going through the Champion and the Sagittarius to transport crew in and out.
Wonderful. Will we be given new orders, or will we be continue to be tied to station A98?
A98 requires our full attention as the Federation. is
Wonderful.
In a very precarious position. I mean, this is technically Klingon territory. You would be in a. This will take something. The Klingons. It's very difficult to earn their respect, and we are on their doorstep. Well, I think you can thread that needle, walk the path between diplomacy and what they're like.
I'll do my best.
So, in a joyous occasion where nothing bad or underhanded happens, the Federation officials depart the USS Curie.
Hooray!
So,
Taking a tiny suitcase and my cat.
You have a cat?
Yes. And my Lisa Frank posters.
What do you? Oh yeah, that's right. The Lisa Frank person. What do you name your cat? What's your cat's name?
Carl. Wow. Finally. My cat's name is Carl.
yes,
Okay.
It's an old Earth name.
Logical.
Logical.
Yeah.
Carl. So, the
Is that her jerked off?
oh, not jerked off. Again.
So I'm going to stick with Carl.
Let's stick with Carl.
For our listeners, to off actually came up as a Vulcan name.
Both Jerk did too.
Well, that was a different. It was a different part of the list. She was like, "Well, I'll
my
put these two
God.
names together.
Together.
It'll be like
To be
Ronnie Sue, and I'll just be Jerk."
tough. To be fair,
Yeah.
Rico helped me come up with that one.
Of
That's
course.
good. Of course, you
we
did.
were messaging while we were recording, and I was like, I'm trying to
So
come up
anyway.
with a name.
So
So, there is a at that point the Tarash. Later on that day, arrives at site A98 and docks with the Timbuktu station. And you got Captain Turnweather gets an invitation to dine with Captain Chon. the Klingon commander.
Aboard his ship?
Yes.
Does
Well, actually, no. He says that he will that they are preparing. They have secured an area in the habitat area of the station.
Of the station.
And you're free to invite your men to drink and celebrate with you.
Certainly. I'll be there with my head of science, head of security, and my first officer.
Very well. All right, you. So you head down there. You see that they're that they have. That this place is currently crawling with Klingon warriors.
I am armed to the teeth.
All right, you've got sharp sticks and bladed weapons and phaser and
Yeah, whole 9 yards.
yeah, sure.
Several of them are visible, just like the Klingons.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I have hand to hand.
Yeah, they know not to tussle.
I
with
don't
Vulcan.
fight. These three fight for me.
So you did also come armed to the teeth.
I did.
Logical, sir.
So looking around, you see that that somebody has spray painted or painted in Klingon above the meeting hall where you are going to be. It's written in Klingon, which you can. I think somebody has experience with that. It doesn't matter.
Not me.
Okay, but it says
Right.
It says Rost Stovakor.
Uh-oh. Somebody's going to heaven.
It's Rost meaning the worms that they eat.
Okay.
So
Worms.
no, they
Gach.
Gach.
Oh, Gach.
Serpent worms.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was thinking Rost, but no, Gach Stovakor. That's what it says.
It's a restaurant, Gach Heaven.
Ah, okay. All righty.
And you see that there is a Klingon who is heavily scarred, and it looks like he has one cybernetic arm that where it's the end in place of a hand and forearm there are multiple blades, and he is chopping some large meaty carcass into pieces. Wow. He is wearing a some kind of smock. Looks kind of like you'd say their equivalent of a chef's outfit. He's wearing a little hat, and
What kind of little hat?
it is a little square hat.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Covers his ridges to avoid.
Tassel?
Sure. No, it's not a fez.
No, I didn't say a fez. I just wondered if it also included. I'm
Well, okay,
disappointed
sure.
now.
It has a little tassel on each corner.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Okay, that makes
And
me
it's
happy.
the whole outfit is red.
Red.
It hides the blood.
Ah.
But he is hacking up this large roast hog-like creature, much to the delight of several hungry Klingons. And you see across the room, you guys see, you look around, you see that there is a large Klingon with white hair, a little older than the rest of them. And he's the sort of, you immediately pick him out as like their boss. He is, they're hanging on his every word. They drink when he drinks. His his tankard is always full of blood wine. And he draws himself to his full impressive height of 6 foot a lot. And strides over to, with an intense look in his eye to Captain Turnweather.
And I give a hearty kapla.
Says, "Ah, kapla!" And he, swats you on the arm. and says, you're...
Sends me over a railing, kind of like, oh, great.
Yeah, like, and he says, you're, I've heard much about the mighty warrior, Captain Turnweather. Took out an entire wing of Romulan warbirds with a single shot and captured their commander. He calls for toast in Klingon. Says, you must have some Klingon blood in you.
And I grab a tankard, dunk it in the nearest barrel of blood wine, and
and you hit it off quite well. They seem quite taken with you.
oh, not what I expected, but
This is quite different from how you expected. But meanwhile, while all of this nonsense is going on, he is, keeping an eye on them. Okay. I would like the two non-celebrity members of this party to give me a roll on your... I'm going to call it...
Who's he talking to?
Us.
Yeah.
Us?
non-celebrity.
Oh, non-celebrity. I'm
sorry, what? What am I rolling?
We're going to do insight plus security.
Insight
As your-
is 9. Security is 1, so that is a 10 for me.
Yep. So roll 10 or less on 2d20s.
That's a fail. 17 and 18.
Okay.
So,
Everything seems like a good time.
Yeah.
It's my total is 14. My first roll was 11. And my second roll was a 2.
Okay. Let's see. Your I don't think you have any specialties that particularly add up, but you see what you're looking around and you're getting a feel for this room, and you see that that you know something about about fighting men and people who are things. This is not just like a happy occasion. These are Klingons who are expecting to go out big. They are expecting that today, when they say like today is a good day to die, they mean it. They are not lying. These are Klingons who are drinking like this is their last day before Stovagor.
Okay.
And you see and you see some of them like they, generally a Klingon, the stereotype is that they are, loud and boisterous and assertive. But some of them are, you see that some of them are like introspective, sitting there, drinking quietly in the corners, or contemplating you're pretty sure contemplating their mortality. They are expecting to die or go down fighting in short order.
All right.
So, piece of information. As you watch this,
I'm wandering through the party.
yeah, as you watch
And
this
serpentine.
raucous bacchanal unfold.
As I serpentine through the party, I will come up along aside and behind my commanding officer and whisper up into his ear because I am shorter than him.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, look very closely at these Klingons. Do you see how many of them are ready to die now?
does it? I'm looking for two things. A, I'm looking for what he says. Does this come to me? And and I'm going to frame it from the look to die as in like, oh, are they going to jump us? Kind of looks to die.
They are not hostile. You are not detecting any hostility.
Okay.
They are very the Klingon psyche is such that they are very focused in the now. As men of action, this is they are very much living it up, and they are very much focused on their party. But then you are getting like a little bit of an undercurrent of fevered intensity under that they are psyching themselves up for something.
Okay. Then the first, was it Captain that gave, or was it the owner of the bar that
Captain Chan was
Captain
the guy
Chan.
that you talked to. Chon.
Chan? Okay.
Yeah.
Like not like Chongabe.
Yeah.
Captain Sean, I give a head bob and motion over to my security chief to fall in line behind me. I eyeball around. Where's Commander Tassas?
She's
Reveling.
She's like sample looking around nearby, like
Picking
what
pieces
the hell
of
is
stir
this?
fry out, like, oh, look, heathens.
Also, alcohol doesn't affect Vulcans the same way.
Oh, really? So what happens when you chug a keg of blood wine?
Murderous rage.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she's just going around nerve
Yeah, she's
pinching Klingons,
nearby.
like, pinch, pinch, pinch. Okay, so the security officer and I are going to slide up to Sean.
You see that in the intervening time, he has been sort of whisked across the room to do something. It's the equivalent of shots, but with extra wiggly gach.
Oh, yeah.
Extra
I
wigglies.
love wiggly cock.
Yeah. And what is Chan's role?
Chan is the captain.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. Captain Chan,
Captain Turnweather.
what is your next call? Where is your next engagement? What does tomorrow bring?
Tomorrow, that's anybody's guess, because we're going down the mouth.
You're going down the mouth?
We're going down the gullet. Like you, he says to the the gawk in his hand. Ah! It's like, oh. He says to the he says to site A98.
To site A98.
To site my mouth 98. Gulp.
Nice.
And you see that the Klingons are all around him cheer.
Okay.
Who's the second biggest Klingon in this room?
The second biggest Klingon is a mopey Klingon off by one of the casks. He's sitting there nursing his blood wine, looking kind of sour.
If you'll excuse me for a moment, Captain.
Certainly.
I'm going to go up to the movie Klingon,
Okay.
get myself a big tankard of blood wine, and chug about half of it.
Okay.
So why are you so down?
Says, I am thinking that I'm. He thinks for a moment. I am considering how to leave the best example for my sons.
I'm sure the prophets will take good care of your sons, whether you're there or not.
It's very kind of you to say, little Bajoran. That is very kind.
Little. I've thrown Nausicaans twice your size.
Says, I find that hard to believe.
I'm going to throw him.
Wah! All right, roll. Okay, so we're going to do daring plus security. Yeah. He's going to roll his. All right.
And this is
Okay.
where we're going to get thrown off the station.
My
for
total
causing
is
a ruckus.
17. First roll was a 15 for one success. Second roll was a 20.
Oh, 20.
But I am going to burn a momentum
Okay. Yeah, well, okay, that gives you an extra die
to gain
roll.
a third roll.
Yeah.
My third roll is a 2.
Now, what you can do is you can spend the 20 is going to be a complication.
I know.
Something goes wrong. You can spend another momentum to cancel that.
I will, because I don't need complications with Klingons.
Okay, he sort of teeters next to the blood wine cask.
And his last roll was a 2.
Yes, his last roll was a 2, which is under your security. Well, do you you have and
Yeah,
you
specialty.
do have a specialty focus that applies.
Yeah.
All right. The Klingon you know stands up and seems to be about to give you a piece of his mind when you grab him by the collar and the belt and
Yeah, I step in a Keo to throw him.
yep, rather than crashing into the blood wine cask and
No, I throw him in towards the group away from
Oh,
the
yeah.
blood wine. That's how Klingons fight.
Yes, he lands on a nearby table where a group of lady Klingons were enjoying their slow moving gach, and they are like, "What? How dare you interrupt our gach?" And
This Kvek thinks that just because we're smaller than him, we can't take him out.
he says, "No," and the
I challenge anyone
says-
here. I can throw you
and
all.
they say that he says those fighting words, and the Klingon woman says, "Let's fight."
I reach
Crash.
I reach into a little hidden cylinder right on the one side of my belt,
Okay.
and a 3-foot long saber folds out of my hand.
Oh well. Anyway, there is at that point there's a tankard sort of flies through the crowd and
Oh dear Lord.
lands on the right on the forehead of the Klingon lady. And she doesn't take kindly to that at all. There is there's table is flipped. You see that a big full-hearted brawl is going to erupt at this point. To Sass,
Excellent.
in the
Brawling with Klingons.
in the midst of all of this, you are suddenly in the midst of the melee. How would you like to respond?
I'm just gonna back up against the wall and observe.
All right. There is a okay, at this point, gush! There's a somebody throws a plate of gach. They wiggle and try to make a break for safety. They're sort of going up your leg.
Serpent worms. Gotta love them.
Why are they going up my leg?
Well, you are standing. You're a stationary. You think about your xenobiology training, and you think that probably a stationary position resembles their natural habitat under the trees of whatever of Kronos.
I'm gonna shake my legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, basically, there are a couple of burly Klingons who rampage into your general area. They're both, sort of like grabbing each other's wrists and trying to stab each other. You are going to need to give me a daring plus security roll to break free of this melee
Would
without.
you stop with the security.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll.
No.
we're gonna have
that's
security.
combat is security.
them's fighting words.
No, I know. Daring and
It's like,
security.
hey, let's fight.
So that's
It's like them's fighting words.
that's 10. So, do I get anything for my hand to hand?
Yes. If you.
I have a 7 and a 19.
Okay. 7 is what you need. You successfully break free of this rampage as the whole room shakes from Klingon raucousness as these men prepare to meet their ancestors as Kalis intended.
Can I just start
Excellent.
nerve pinching them? walk around the room.
It might be necessary, but you guys are managed. You managed to get out of there with only a couple of punches and
Get out of there. I'm not going anywhere. I'm taking some Klingons down.
All right,
I'm little.
Well, you are little.
Yes, but especially
Yeah.
compared to a Klingon, but here we have a Full Metal Alchemist situation. Little, rah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Short man's disease is very dangerous.
yes.
Indeed.
So anyway, but yes, those who are not experienced hand-to-hand maniacs are able to extricate themselves
To the edges of the room.
to the edges of the room. As,
What's Captain Sean? Is he?
Oh, he is.
He's in it,
He
or
is
is he-
mixing it up with the best of them. This is how he is every inch the Klingon captain.
And
Nice.
Fukuda?
Fukuda, tastefully, sidesteps a few people, and seems to just sort of very gracefully avoid getting all of this
during
nonsense.
the melee. I'll take a minute to engage with the Klingon captain because I know he's pulled his knife by now,
Yeah, that's fine.
and I'll give him a little dance to show him just how good I am with a bladed weapon too.
All right. We're going to call this, because you're not actually trying to kill him, unless you are.
No. No, this is with a brawl like this. It's basically just practice. So
we are going to call this. Okay, let me put it this way. This is going to roll off your security for your discipline.
Yeah.
And we're going to say either control to impress him with your skill, or presence to impress him with your spirit.
I'm gonna go with control because the skill is all about my character's game is skill.
All right. Okay, and he's going to roll to try to kill you. But he doesn't.
Nice.
Okay, well, my first roll is a 3. My second roll is a 12, so I made it.
All right.
Both times.
Okay, you generate 2 points of momentum, and you are you have made a friend for life.
I know it.
So and at this point, this is a good stopping point. So thank you for joining us.
Now, does the brawl lessen, or is in the din we fade out as chairs explode on the walls and
you basically we're the brawl wraps up. You hear them chant, "It is a good day to die." And
so now I have one question to ask in the wake of the brawl. The tables explode, the chairs explode, they're thrown across the thing, and the Klingons are, Kayla, this is a good day to die. Mm-hmm. Does it end with the huzzah and the gach? Stovall erupts in cheers and blood wine as we all start to kind of peter our own way, or is security called and it's going to hit the fan?
Oh, it's
or is security's just like, well, we got called, we're just going to let it die down?
Right. Basically, it is. It is all in good fun.
I imagine by the time they see the little guy going toe to toe with their captain, blade to blade, like in a blaze of glory, they all just stop and watch.
Well, but
they're short attention span.
Yeah,
but they.
But I want to know: are we going to end up in the brig, or
are we walking away?
They. It seems like they are. It's all in good spirit, and they. Eventually, it dies down to back to drinking, or the unconscious are dragged away by their heels.
Nice.
And there's when the smoke clears, things are more or less back to normal, and that's where we're going to end our session.
Awesome. All right. Well, that'll do us tonight for Gaming with Scott. As always, you'll hear from us real soon.
Bye.
That'll do us tonight for Star Trek Adventures. You can send us an email at feedback@gamingwithscott.com. John Garlick is at JPMGarlic. Jay Duguay is at @1_nerdy_mama. John Kennedy is at JKMyth. And me, Scott T, is at GamingWScott. This is a Southgate Media podcast. As you boldly go through your life, remember to make the galaxy a better place than it was yesterday. And as always, you'll hear from us real soon. Bye.